Next game, Detroit taking on OKC, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off. OKC's minus 12.5, total 216 and a hook. Half a point move toward OKC and movement upward on the total. Oklahoma City open as the 12-point favorite, up to minus 12.5. Total open 216, up to 216 and a hook. OKC 16 and 10 straight up at home, winners of 8 out of their last 9. They also have gone 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 as well. They rank in the top 10 in offensive field goal percentage, top 10 in points allowed. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 20 points a game, 6 rebounds. Dennis Schroeder, 19 points a game, 4 assists. And Danilo Gallinari, 19 points a game, 6 rebounds for OKC. Thunder ranks in the top 10 in defensive rebounding. Now the Pistons on the other side, losers of 7 out of their last 10. And when it comes to their road games, they're not very good covering the spread away from home. They've had 25 road games. They successfully covered the point spread in just 8 of them. They rank in the bottom 10 in scoring, bottom 5 in offensive rebounding. 7 out of their last 9 did get over the number. I'm going to lean toward OKC minus 12.5 and the over 216 and a hook in that contest. Next game, Rockets taking on the Suns. 9 o'clock Phoenix. The Rockets are minus 2.5, total 233 and a hook. We saw a half a point move toward Houston and movement upward on the total. Houston open minus 2, up to 2.5. Total open 233, up to 233 and a hook. Right now, Phoenix is plus $1.30 on the money line. But when it comes to this Suns team, we have Baines, Johnson, and Saric all listed as out for tonight's action. The other Johnson and Jerome are listed as doubtful. Now, Phoenix, losers of their last 4 straight, just 9 and 17 straight up at the Talking Stick Resort. The Suns rank in the bottom 10 in offensive rebounding, bottom 10 in defensive field goal percentage. They've successfully covered the point spread in just 10 out of their 26 home games, and they are currently in 12th place in the Western Conference. A couple more things to add about the Suns. They rank in the bottom 5 in home offensive rebounding, bottom 10 in points allowed on their home court. Now the Rockets on the other side, right in the middle of a 4-game winning streak. They also have gone 7-2 straight up in their last 9. The Rockets rank in the top 3 in scoring, top 10 in offensive rebounding. And here's an interesting stat for you. Houston, 10-0 in their last 10 straight, taking on the Suns. James Harden, 35 points a game, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals. Eric Gordon, 16 points a game on average. Keep in mind, Russell Westbrook is listed as out for tonight's action. Looks like it could be a load management night. But regardless, Houston, top 3 in road scoring, top 5 in road offensive free throw percentage. They're averaging 118 points per contest when traveling. Now, oddly enough, 3 out of Houston's last 5 games did stay under the total. They're also 16 and 10 to the under when traveling. I know that seems like a mistake because they score so many points, but the markets really over-adjust with regards to the total. You see a lot of really egregiously high totals with this Houston team. Now, Phoenix on the other side, 4-3 to the under in their last 7. I'm going to lean toward another road team in this matchup. Give me Houston minus 2.5 and the under 233 and a hook in that contest. All right, next game, it is going to be Heat taking on the Kings, 10 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Sacramento. The Heat are minus 1.5 on the road, total at 219 and a hook. We saw a half a point fade of Miami, believe it or not. We also saw movement upward on the total as well. The Heat open as the 2-point favorite, down to minus 1.5. Total open 219, up to 219 and a hook. And right now, Sacramento is plus $1.10 on the money line. Now, Bagley is listed as out for the Kings. Rashawn Holmes, he is listed as questionable. Sacramento struggling at home this year. Winners of just 9 out of 24 home games. They've also gone just 8 and 16 against the spread in that same category. They rank in the bottom 10 in scoring, bottom 3 in offensive rebounding. The Kings are currently in 13th place in the Western Conference at just 19 and 31 overall for the year, 12 games under 500. The Kings also rank in the bottom 10 in defensive field goal percentage, bottom 10 in home scoring. Now, Miami on the other side, they are in the top 3 in shooting the 3-ball, top 3 in defensive rebounding. Leonard and Hero are listed as out for tonight's action. Crowder and Butler are listed as questionable, but having said that, Goran Dragic, 16 points a game, 5 assists. And of course, Bam Adebayo, 16 points a game, double-digit rebounds, 5 assists for him. Oh yeah, one more guy to consider. Kendrick Nunn, 16 points a game, 4 assists for him. So Miami, plenty of depth. Definitely a surprise team this year. The Heat, top 10 in defensive field goal percentage on the road, top 10 in road defensive rebounding. They're currently in the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. They're just 2.5 games back of the 2nd seed. Now, total-wise, Miami, 60% to the over in their last 10, 15-10 to the over when traveling. I'm going to lean toward another road team. Give me Miami minus 1.5 and the over 219.5 in that game. Of course, I'm going to slide to my next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Portland taking on the Jazz, 10:30 Utah. The Jazz are minus 8.5, total 226 and a hook. We saw a half a point fade of Utah and movement upward on the total. The Jazz open as the 9-point favorite, down to 8.5. Total open 226 up to 226 and a hook. 73% are leaning Portland, 89% shaded toward the over. And right now, Portland is plus 310 on the money line. Now, if you like Portland on the money line here, they are the heavy dogs, but they're 5-1 straight up in their last 6. So there could potentially be some value there. And of course, if you like them catching the points, they're also 5-1 against the number in their last 6 games as well. They rank in the top 10 in scoring, top 10 in offensive rebounding. Damian Lillard, 30 points a game, 8 assists for him. CJ McCollum, 21 points, 4 rebounds. And Hassan Whiteside, 16 points a game, 14 boards for him, and 3 blocks. This Portland squad, they do rank in the top 10 in three-point percentage, top 10 in defensive field goal percentage. Meanwhile, Utah on the other side, it's quiet. You're not hearing much about it, but they're right in the middle of a 5-game losing streak. They also failed to cover the point spread in their last 6 straight. So really, just not profitable for their backers as of late. Now, total-wise, Utah, 60% to the over in their last 10. Meanwhile, 9 out of Portland's last 10 all got over the number as well. So with all that in mind, I'm going to lean Portland plus 8.5 and the over 226.5 in that game. All right, now's the time in the show where I normally go into my shout-outs, but I had no room on my paper, so we'll do the shout-outs in the college basketball section, just simply based because I didn't have any room to write down the names on the paper. But guys, that is going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on my Patreon website where I do daily premium sports picks on that site, beginning at just $1.99 per month. We had 4 premium plays yesterday on that website. I went 3-1. It's going to put us at 30-13 and my last 43 picks on that site. That's good for 70%. Once again, 30-13, my last 43 picks. That's across all different tiers. I'm 15-3 in my last 18 extra daily picks. Of course, that extra daily pick is a package that I offer that is just $2.99 through the end of the month. And then finally, here's really the important information. I am 6-0 in my last 6 college basketball package plays on Patreon, and the good news is this: I have a college basketball package play going off tonight. So if you want to see if I'll make it 7-0 my last 7, well, only one way to find out: patreon.com/BrockPage. And of course, I said earlier today, you're probably wondering, why would I buy a package from Brock when he gives me all the picks here for free on YouTube? And you're exactly right. I give you all the picks for free here, but if you were to bet every single game on the board side and total that I give you here, you're guaranteeing yourself, failure. You can't win money that way. It's just too many games. The math becomes aggressively against you. So what I do on Patreon, I make life a lot easier for you. I focus in on 4 to 5 premium picks per day. They're games that I personally have action on. They're high percentage picks. And my current Patreon record, you can take a look at it right now. It's right on the homepage on the site. It's a whole lot better than it is here on YouTube, handicapping every single game, throwing darts. Check out the record. It's for free. All you have to do is click the link in the description section below. It's right on the homepage, patreon.com/BrockPage. But most importantly, guys, I do have to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube after I just derailed it and smashed it the entire show. But I do have to thank you for joining me here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content and all this great free information. And most importantly, guys, best of luck to you. Happy Friday to you. The weekend's finally here, and don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.